Alright, welcome back.
Welcome back. Give me a moment to blunder around while I try to remember what the hell I'm doing.
That's fun. Oh, okay, so you know how they're making you know how I said they were making another Thundercats?
Thundercats!
Like,
oh!
reboot?
Yeah.
So it's officially out now.
Yeah.
The first, like, episode-wise. So by the time this video comes out, there'll probably be a few episodes in. And I'm gonna be honest.
How is it?
I did not watch the first episode. Because I heard what it was gonna be about, and I saw the images of it, and I saw the trailer video, and I went, this is gonna suck! So I didn't even bother checking it out. However, a few other people on the internet have checked it out, and of course YouTube being YouTube was like, hey, you talk about the animation thing occasionally, would you want to see what people think about it? And I went, oh YouTube, of course I want to see what people think about it. Of course I do. So I went and gave it a look. And it's universal, everyone fucking despises it. Fucking just... It's not even like a level of... It's not even like... It's almost worse than fucking Teen Titans Go's level of hate, where it's like, yeah, I hate this, but like, this has some jokes occasionally that are funny. Teen Titans fucking Thundercats Roar, I guess, is literally the equivalent of like, trying to find comedy out of a train crash that killed 100 people.
Ah, beautiful.
There's just nothing funny there. It's
beautiful.
It's super annoying. Their pinnacle of humor is making fart and poop jokes, because of course it is. I mean, this is modern Cartoon Network. That's the only things that can be funny on their fucking channel. And
beautiful.
And I'm like, character designs are bad as usual. That was a given though, right? When I saw the chibi Teen Titans Go style art, I was like, well, this is gonna be poorly done. It's like...
That is the right.
So that's pretty funny. But yeah, it's like universally hated, and it's like it's really hated behind the people who like the original show. But that's kind of a given because, you know,
I liked the original.
The original was pretty good. But Derek, you're not like 80. How could you have liked the original show? Only old people like the original show. Blah 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 words of fucking wisdom from fucking stupid animators who fucking have only been on this planet for probably like 30 years at max. Fucking...
God, I hate it. It's too true.
It's like... Keep in mind, me and Derek are fairly young. However, don't feel the need to be like, oh man, a show that my parents liked? Must have sucked, because they're old and shit.
I watched quite a bit of, not the newest version of it, but...
The Thundercats reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first reboot. The one that was, like, good.
Yeah.
That was
and everybody
good.
still didn't really like it, which I'm like...
No, people actually really did like that one, but they canceled it anyways because it didn't sell toys.
Yeah. They loved selling those toys.
Like... It was the same. It fell the same fate that Young Justice fell, which was, yeah, this is really good, but it's not selling merchandise, so fuck this.
They redid it.
Canceled.
They finally re-put on the Young Justice, which.
The problem is that both of them were shows that appealed to the wrong market, because they were shows made to sell toys to children, but the show itself was targeted way towards like young adults and teens.
And it was
a
lot of
toys.
girls. It was a lot of, from what I understand, Young Justice main audience was actually like teenage girls.
Derek, what are you talking about? Teenage girls don't read anything or watch anything related to comics. Thus told to me by some asshole on the internet.
But it was weird because I heard that and I was like, interesting. That's a weird little thing.
It's not even that like weird of a. I don't know.
And by weird I mean like it's not 100% probably only female.
Well, yeah.
At age, but it's probably a large portion of it. And I was like, interesting.
It is. Wow, man, that looks like death, except he's not moving at all down into the sand. Like, the sand's just moving around him, and he's just laying there like,
They actually say, most of the time, you won't die from quicksand.
Oh, yeah. It's actually really easy to get out of quicksand. Oh, Homer Simpson. You make a great genie sometimes.
I see.
I wanted that item, though.
Thanks, Sora.
It's funny because, like, once you point out that Homer Simpson does the voice of the genie in all the video games, you can't unhear it. Like, you hear it every time.
I want my good old Robin Williams back.
Well, if you can fucking rebirth him from the dead like a shaman,
Oh, yeah, no, there.
then you should be all set.
Please, kid, leave the intros to a professional. The one and only Genie of the Lamp. Rub-a-dub-dub the lamp and have your dearest wishes granted. Today's winner is Aladdin. Congratulations.
Don't!
Patience, my fine feathered friend. Any 3 wishes. Oh, 1 wish, a 2 wish, a 3 wish. Then I make like a banana and steal it. Our lucky winner made his first wish.
In all fairness, I do think he does a pretty decent genie.
Oh, he certainly
It's
does.
just not Robin Williams.
So, do you know what I really don't like about this?
Sure.
Is he can grant 3 wishes to somebody. But it's just like, why don't you just pass the lamp around and bank those wishes? Because if we had a lamp, Chris,
Yeah.
we'd have 6 wishes between us.
That's true.
Not just 3.
That's true.
No thanks.
Well, the problem is I think we'd have 5.
I think
That's
I'll
true.
Because I think once you make the 3rd wish for the last person,
Yeah.
the lamp fucking poofs away.
Yeah.
So,
But you see what I
technically you'd
mean?
have 5.
We'd have more wishes than we originally had.
This is true.
But she's a princess.
Actually, you know what? That would be great because, like, you can't wish yourself to have more wishes, but there's no rule that says you can't wish other people to have more wishes.
Oh my fucking
So
god!
technically we could go forever.
Loopholes! We're gonna get rid of my boy Goofy for Aladdin, even though I love Goofy.
They
But
do,
Donald has Kira in this game. Continue.
There is a, like, what's it, the wish problem with genies, though, where most of the stories for genies is, like, your wish is, like, some fucking loophole bullshit, though, that's kind of, like, punch you in the ass.
Genies always try, you have to phrase them a certain way.
Very specifically, because they always try
Because
to fuck you.
they always try to make it so you have a negative.
I love the, Fairly Odd Parents had a great one, because they're like, oh man, I gotta make a wish, but if I fuck it up, it could make it worse, I gotta wish for the right thing, and then he just goes, I wish I had a lawyer!
What do you think?
It's true, though.
Genie, it's a promise. After
So that would be my first wish, though, if I had a genie. Everyone's like, what would your 3 wishes be if you had a genie? My first wish would be, I wish I had a lawyer.
Yeah, so you can actually phrase it
So I can
correctly.
always have a perfectly phrased wish. Like, I'd have it be like a written out contract that the genie has to sign for exactly what the fucking criteria of the wish is. Deep freeze!
Deep freeze!
But yeah, fucking, I feel like, there is, like, the whole thing with demographics is, like, you need to market your shit to a demographic, but don't be too surprised when the shit you're marketing to ends up going to someone else and they find it entertaining. Because that's where we get the weird shit where it's just like, comics are marketed towards dudes, but then there's like a bunch of chicks that read comics too, because
that's kind of like the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Star Wars is really trying to push the new age like audience.
Yeah.
But
younger kids.
most of people who watch the Star Wars are the older generation.
Yeah.
So people aren't really liking that you're like, I don't know what the word I want to use here.
I'm pushing a new story. The story is the one of the man who once had a future.
Too true.
But, yeah, no, it's true, though. It's just one of those things where... Because that's where we get the, like... That's also where we get the weird stuff where it's like... I remember... I mean, it's not as common now, but back in, like, elementary school, I remember it would be like... It would be like, girl plays video games, and then every dude in the class is just like, do you play video games? And, like, it's... Nowadays, everyone plays that as, like, a everyone plays
Joke,
that as
joke,
like
haha, stereotypical.
well,
joke.
people play that up as like saying that as sexist, but at the time, but when you think about it, it's not really.
No, it was
because
a time thing.
it makes sense for the time period, because like it wasn't really a common occurrence then. Like it makes sense. They do a lot of that. They do, and that's just how that's how it's always gonna be though. Because as long as demographics are a thing, that's how that will always work. Like they've like I remember Adam Ruins Everything did a video on like video games, and it's good. But it's also like
Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah, but he also like cuts out a lot of stuff or just blatantly says things, and then you're expected to be like, well, yeah, of course that makes sense. But like if you don't, when you don't think about it, but then when you think about it, you're like, oh no, that wouldn't really work really though. Like
There's a lot of that.
yeah, and like my favorite is in that one he's just like the reason that video games are marketed to boys and not girls is just because for no reason, on a whim, Nintendo just decided that they wanted to have their game consoles in the boy section instead of the girl section. And I'm like, they didn't do that on a whim. I guarantee you, they did shit tons of market researching. In money, like pounds and pounds of cash were thrown at determining which section to put their fucking new, very expensive product that could make or break their entire fucking company in. I'm sure they did
This is
ton
Nintendo
of
we're
research.
talking
Yeah,
about.
like I'm sure they did a lot of research on. Okay, this has its most likely success in the boy section of the toy aisle.
Nintendo
Like,
we're talking about.
yeah.
They do a lot of research.
Like Nintendo doesn't do shit willy-nilly. Nintendo is very fucking like by the books when they make their decisions. Which is funny because everyone likes to think Nintendo is like, oh, they're the free-spirited ones. They don't follow the rules of the industry. They follow the rules of the industry so hard to a T that it actually hurts them. Like,
So that you don't even know it's part of it.
yeah, like, well, that's why, like, people are like, oh, they just go and do their own thing. They're always thinking ahead. I'm like, no, they think of what is best for the industry and them in the industry and what will make them the most money. That's why they stuck with cartridges for too long, because they were worried about piracy. That's why their first console that played CDs played mini DVDs, a format that was super hard to get your hands on and very hard to pirate. Like, they do all their things so by the book that it actually hurts them in the long run. But that's beside the point.
It's beside it.
But, yeah, that was like, but yeah, that was my whole thing with that, where I'm like, yeah, like, I get where he's coming from, like, yeah, they easily could have also marketed this towards girls.
They didn't.
But they didn't. Probably because they looked into it and determined this has its best chances here, in this demographic. That's just how demographics work. But yeah, that's where we get a lot of our, like... But that's where a lot of notions come from, though, where you're like, hey, that's kind of weird that you're enjoying this because it's not really for you, and then nowadays people are like, that's sexist to think that.
That's sexist to
But it's
think
not really sexist, it's just your prior knowledge of fucking something coming into fucking focus. Like, the only way I can kind of put it in a way that makes sense would be like, imagine you had a light switch in your house, but when you flick the light switch, instead of turning on the light, it turned on the TV. You'd be like, that's weird, because you're not used to seeing that.
Yeah, when you put it that way.
Yeah, you're like, that's weird. I'm not. Why would it do that? But technically, the light switch just gives power to it in any object connected to it. Yeah. So, like, there's no reason it can only be used for lights. But you're so used to it only being used for lights that when you see it, you're like, that's weird.
Yeah.
This turns on the TV. It's the same concept of like, oh, you play video games. That's weird. I wouldn't think that. Yeah. It's not inherently a sexist or mean-spirited thing. It's just the concept of which that you're used to seeing it is weird now because you're not.
Some really deep
I know.
conversations sometimes.
We do. It's weird. I know we do. It's the game rooms used to call it deep grumps, but I don't think we can use that. I don't think it would fit our show.
I'm trying to think of a way to spin it with the word umbrella or
illegal.
illegal.
There's no way for a title. It just doesn't work. Unless we go deep illegal, and in which case I think we have different problems.
Yeah, when you put it that way.
Illegally deep conversations. Got it.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, so I guess that was my fucking weird rant for the fucking recording. I guess this wasn't really a rant either, because I'm not really angry about it, but it's just like a logical thing. That was a weird... Was that one a cutscene, or was that just you entering the door?
That was me entering it, and
Okay.
it had a split-second cutscene.
I thought that was like... Okay, I thought that was like...
No, it
real
was a cutscene.
Okay, that's really
It was
weird.
rendered.
It's like so fast.
Princess anymore.
Jasmine!
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Aladdin.
Voice acting Aladdin.
It's a
Have
good
you done
game.
it before?
One wish left. You're making this really easy, you know?
So
Don't!
sorry, boy.
Yes,
Afraid
it's
your
gonna do it.
wish has been
No.
denied.
Huh?
Fuck you.
I'm sorry, Al.
Oh, it's this fucking mission.
I bid you all
Genie, I wish you were set free. Woohoo!
And he fucking fades away.
Well, that's unfortunate. I hate it when my magical villain magically fades into obscurity as I'm fighting him.
Donald!
Donald! Goofy! You ever see old, Goofy cartoons, by the way?
Dude,
They're
that
like-
shit's great.
They're really funny, actually. They're like... Because I guess he was originally designed to be, like, a way more of an adult joke character for, like, the older audiences, and some of them are still really funny. Like,
Donald! Goopy!
Sora, Donald, Goofy. I gotta say, the enemy design in this game, very odd. It's very weird. Also, I like how the pots attack, because it's not like they're attacking with their legs, it looks like they literally just throw themselves at you at, like, Mach 2. Like, don't interrupt their makeout session over there, okay? Like, let them have their three-way.
Okay. I think he actually gets more health for every pot that gets added.
It's so weird. Come on!
Come on! Donald! Goopy!
You show me your moves! Oh, wait, wrong game. Oh, they can... Oh, they, like, connect?
Yeah. It was a big centipede.
That's fucking weird.
Yep.
Jasmine!
Jasmine! Why does he sound so bad when he says Jasmine?
To the desert! Come on, let's move!
Huh! I'm generic action man that they hired off the street to voice Aladdin!
Ha!
You'll never... What's the fucking... You'll never put an end to my plans, Rita! Aladdin morphing powers activate! Form of Arabian Night! That's what he sounds like!
Sora!
Sir, no! He's like perfect generic anime protagonist voice, though. I will give him that. Sora, I will never let you be taken by the darkness again! I will defend you with all my heart and soul!
Oh boy.
My drill could also be the drill that pierces the heavens. Shit, wrong anime! 3! Alright. Oh man. I like our show. Our show's the only show that can flip-flop between very deep conversation and then just generic anime protagonist. As you do. As you do. Oh man. It's the worst when I'm like, oh man, I should take this somewhere for a conversation. Right as you're like menuing, and I'm just like, great, now it's visually boring and audibly boring at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
It's good. No, it's my bad, because I was like, shit, I ran out of a conversation. I need a joke. I got nothing.
Jokes!
Oh no! Oh no! It's, what is the... Oh no, awkward silence! Fuck! Quick, say something! Say anything! The longer you wait, the worse it gets!
Yeah.
you know exactly what I'm talking
do.
about. Oh man.
Dude, I hope you like see how much of the camera's jerky.
Yeah,
right?
no, I
That's
see
not
it.
me.
Yeah, it looks really... No, trust me, this whole... I haven't mentioned it, but I've been thinking it this whole episode is... Man, the camera in this is fucking horrible. It's like really bad. There, you gotta be off the ground to fight the enemy in the air. You can't just
Sometimes
attack
he
it on the
jumps
ground.
himself.
Does he really?
Yep.
I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, as established in the previous Kingdom Hearts game. That we played. Go check it out.
I would much prefer to be playing that one than this one.
Yeah, it's interesting, because everyone talks about how much they like Kingdom Hearts, but when you really break it down, most people are really talking about Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Very little people ever talk about Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah. I like that Kingdom Hearts 1 sets up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the foundations of where we get to with Birth by Sleep, right?
No, I like that Kingdom Hearts 1 sets up a lot of the foundation. As in, like, it brings up things, and then the later games fucking just go wherever the fuck they want with it, but...
Do I have to fight it? I have to fight it.
Why do you don't fight the door? It's just a door.
Are you
it's
sure?
not meant to be fought.
Well, we're playing Kingdom Hearts, Chris, where it's evil.
This really defeats the lore of Aladdin.
The giant heart is being controlled by the Heartless. Crush the power of darkness.
Sora! Donald, Goofy! Can you just run up its head?
I think so. I forget.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Ah, it's spending spirit dust at you.
Launch it on these two.
Can we all agree that like the sand gate lion thing from Aladdin is probably the coolest fucking shot in all of Aladdin? Like it looks so sick in the movie.
I agree. That first opening shot in there too is also really cool.
Yeah.
Sora! Oh.
Arabian night, Arabian day. You know they censored that the original song from that.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that.
They changed one of the lyrics because it made the people from the land of Arabia got upset that it made their land seem way more hardcore and violent than it actually is. Which to that I say, if you say so. It was like one line, I mean. But, you know, I get the annoyance, I suppose.
This should help.
I gotta say, I feel like, have you noticed that it's only like...
Sorry, I'm trying to like do a little focusing here.
It's alright actually, because we're almost out of time, so... I'll let this, Yeah, no, I'd pause it, because we're gonna have to call it. Alright, we're gonna pick it up in the next part. We'll see you guys then. Peace.